For just a few $100s, anyone can buy a camera, a tripod and broadcast their own news. One student in WA has set up his own network and is doing exactly that, telling his version of the events that make news. The news landscape is changing fast, so how will programs like this one look in the future? Here's Jake Sturmer.
This is what a multi-million-dollar news operation looks like. But the news as you know it is changing. This is the news too, for a fraction of the cost. Ivan Lung is a 22-year-old student studying journalism at Murdoch University.
I've actually got the doorstop interview at a Parliament House. And remember, guys...
And while some uni students may spend their free time drinking and partying, Lung is producing and presenting his own TV news bulletin for free.
Hello, tonight on the evening news, the world pauses to remember the 9/11 terrorist attacks 10 years after it happened. The media sometimes fails to cover some things that should be on the agenda. We believe that's a good story. Again, there's a whole world of stories out there. Yep, sounds good. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Lung has been running his own news operation for the last 4 years. It began in Hong Kong with an internet radio news station and then moved to television. When Lung moved to Perth a few years ago, he brought with him the idea of an English news bulletin.
Yeah, bring it up.
After banding together with fellow students at Murdoch, he now runs an online weekly news bulletin that attracts between a few hundred and a few thousand viewers.
Good evening.
Also on DHK News...
While that may sound like the perfect opportunity for students, the man in charge of journalism at Murdoch is concerned about what it might lead to.
It's a means of doing some of the works, getting the practice and also learning the ropes in a sense. But I fear that there'll be these opportunities and fewer and fewer of the paid engagement for journalists.
It's a sign of the changing media environment. Even 10 years ago, the ability to set up and film your own news was unheard of. But now technology has advanced so far, anyone can call themselves a reporter.
He's managed to put quite a sophisticated program together on a shoestring with modern technology and a lot of energy.
And it really is run on a shoestring. The camera, tripod, microphone and teleprompter cost around $2,500 in total, about the same price as a broadcast quality tripod.
Get some microphone badges for identity, get some cards, mics, cameras, tripods. They can be quite cheap nowadays.
The gear is getting so cheap, a teleprompter that used to once be only found in a broadcast news studio can fit in your pocket, literally.
Okay, got it.
At DHK News, the teleprompter is simply Ivan Lung's mobile phone, which is convenient, to a point.
To Hong Kong stories now, and the yearly book fair exhibition.
Hey Joe.
The downside of being a one-man band is that it's hard to keep a high level of quality.
Can you see the words? Is everything okay?
For example, one man is trying to do the job of a news editor, producer, director, chief of staff, editor, cameraman and reporter. Even if you've spent decades working in a broadcast media environment, it's a tough gig, let alone if you're still a student.
You haven't been a journalist before. Why should people trust what you broadcast?
Well, individuals have their concerns. Is people watch us because they want something different. And obviously, we have to serve that purpose. Credibility takes a long time to develop, and it only takes a fraction of mistake to break it. Someone's giving a call. And who is that? Hello?
It's, in the end, up to the public to make a decision about the standard of information they want to receive.
When a big story breaks, you watch the spike in appointment news, in the ratings of appointment news. All of a sudden, people sit down at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and watch that news because they want to see what happened with somebody they trust.
Former TV reporter Joe McManus now runs the broadcasting unit at the WA Academy of Performing Arts in Mount Lawley.
Have we got hairspray?
Yes, we do.
The demand for news 24/7 has fundamentally shifted the way newsrooms operate. Everyone's looking to get the news out faster and cheaper. That's led to the proliferation of video journalists like Ivan Lung, but working for established news organisations.
Video journalism is one of the huge growth areas in jobs, which is a poor young person paid terrible money, going out with their own camera, in their own car, shooting their story, getting the interview, sourcing all the information, going back and editing it, and having to think about everything.
Hello, Emily Glover with an ECU News.
And while her students are all taught how to film, edit and present their own news, she's hoping that's not the way of the future.
It's quite possible that it will all be video journalism. I don't think that will happen in my lifetime, but it might happen in yours. And I think it would be a great shame.
For Ivan Lung, his ambition is limitless.
I found the passion. I believe that this is what I want to be. And not only me, but as you can see, my crews, my friends in Hong Kong, around the world, they have the same goal. So we're working towards that, and we believe that we all can make a difference.
News.
Good night.